Hey everybody, welcome, come on in, say hello. This is what we're using. It says raised on sweet tea and sunshine. We have a 24-inch evergreen pine wreath base. We are using three different colors of mesh. I have a natural with the kind of cream ivory stripe, wide stripes, a solid yellow, hello, thank you, and then we're using this light turquoise and white striped open weave. This is a basket weave or a window pane. I guess you could call it a window pane. It's smaller. So that's what we're using. And then I've got some flowers over here. Hello everybody. I have some lemons. I've got some ribbons to make bows. All kinds of goodies. So we're going to get started on this. We're going to put this to the side. Thank you very much for the birthday wishes, guys. I appreciate it. Yes, today is my birthday. So these are all cut at 20 inches. We're going to ruffle these up and put them in just randomly. We're going to fill this all up with mesh, and then we're going to put in a bunch of other stuff. It is. All right, so if you haven't seen this tool, let me zoom in a little bit for you. This is from Hardworking Mom. She makes these. It's called a Deco Mesh Ruffle Tool. If you've not watched her live, she uses it on every live. And you can use this to ruffle up your mesh, and it makes it easier. If you have arthritis, if you have problems with your hands, if you have mobility problems, it'll really help ruffle your mesh. So what you want to do is you want to get it started. So I just give it a little fold at the end. It tucks in those cut ends, so it kind of keeps it from fraying a little more. Put this right smack dab in the middle like this. I hope you can see it. Let's get over here a little more for you. We'll zoom right in there so you can see it. So you want to hold it right there, put your thumbs behind it, and then just ruffle. I'm doing it slower so that y'all can see. So just take your fingers and ruffle it. And then you can fold that other end over and tuck it in. And then you can also use this like this, stand it up, and hold to put your ribbons and stuff in there as well. Okay? So that tool is listed in the description above under Hardworking Mom. If anyone's interested in that, you can find it on her website, hardworkingmomstore.com. oops, I don't know what I just did, but I'm going to open this back up. There we go. So hopefully that's a little closer for y'all to see. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to put these in here. So if you're interested in that tool, it really does help. So grab you one of those. So I'm just picking some ties, and I'm just going to tuck these in. I'm starting on the outside. Let me go in this one right here. And then we're just going to work our way around. So tell me what y'all are doing today, besides hanging out with me. Once you get that ruffle in there, you want to open that up. Spread it out. This is just our base. This is what holds all of the goodies that we put in there. So we just want to get it nice and full. Hey Debbie, how are you? I'm going to move that over a little bit so you can see. So just tuck that in, grab your tool, push that right in there. It's got a little lip on the end of it, so it helps hold that all in there. And if you get off course, just move it all back over. Tuck that in. Oh, you're good. We just started. So we're going to put these in pretty close together because we have lots of it to put in. Like I said, we're using 3 different mesh. Why I keep doing that? I keep going into the center, and I want this one right here on the outside. Let's tuck that in there. So yeah, I'm just doing a live. I was doing computer work. I ran out and had to ship some stuff off this morning. And then I was playing on my computer doing computer work, which really kind of sidetracks me. I'm trying to move it out of the way so y'all can see what I'm doing here. Even with this room, I still feel like I don't have any room because I've got everything all over the place. So just ruffle that up. You're using your thumbs to hold it in place, and then your fingers are walking up just like they normally would on your mesh. And again, that comes from Hardworking Mom. She's the inventor of that. So we are alternating our colors. We have a natural with the wide stripe with the ivory. We have a solid yellow, and then we have this turquoise, light blue, whatever you want to call it. Now I don't have as many of the turquoise, but I do still have some on the roll that I can take off. The yellow and the natural were leftover rolls that we're using up. The mesh is cut at 20 inches. So I don't know how many pieces I actually cut. I think there's probably 12 pieces of each, maybe. I don't remember. I don't remember how many I cut. It was whatever was left on the roll. I tried to count them. So this one here is a little bit thinner. Well, we're going on way off track on that one. Anyway, all right, so I'm just going to cut me probably 2 more pieces at 20 inches. Where am I? So here's our sign. It says raised on sweet tea and sunshine. It's already got 2 holes in it, one at the top and one at the bottom. So we're just going to put another hole on each side, I think. Let me see. Maybe just this side. Let me find my little tool here. Where's my tool? Oh, there it is. So this is a beadsmith. You can get this in my Amazon shop. Let me zoom in for it so you can see it. And all this is a little metal hole punch. They usually sell them in the jewelry section of the craft store. So you can find that there, or you can find it on my Amazon shop. The link is above in the description. Every tool I use, I try to keep a list and put it in my, put the links up there for you guys to find the stuff, so you don't have to hunt for it. So I'm going to move that in just a tad. I want it slightly covering that center, because then my bow will go here, I think. Yeah, I think the bow's going to go there. Alright, so we're going to use some 26 gauge floral wire. This is silver. It hides better than the others. So I'm just going to cut off a length of this. All right, let's see if we can get these on here. I'm going to put this one on the side. I'm just going to put all these wires through. And just give them a twist around the back. Alright, so there's all of our wires on the sign. Got them all on there. I'm going to lay it in place. I'm going to fold down these ties that are popped up. Alright, now this is where the weaving needles come in handy. So if you struggle with getting your wires through your sign, or through your wreaths, either your mesh wreath, your evergreens, your grapevines, any of your wreaths, they'll work for all of them. Then you want to use these weaving needles. These I sell in my shop. They come in 2 sizes. You get the 6-inch or you get the 3.5-inch. I gotta cut that off. You get a set of 5, and all you do is put that around your needle, find you an open spot, and of course I chose right where the ruffle was. And then stick that needle down in and make sure that you go around your frame. Not your mesh or the tines, the green tines. You want to go around the frame of the wreath itself, the wires, and tie your sign to that. That way it doesn't come off. I'm going to flip it over so I can see, because this is a evergreen. it's harder to get those wires wrapped around. You could do one wire at a time, but it just takes too long. So I got the one wire on each side of the ring, and I'm just gonna twist it on a couple of times so that it stays in place. I'm gonna flip it back over, and there's the bottom. This works with your attachments, your bow, whatever you're putting on your wreath. It just makes it a whole lot easier. So you'll find those in my shop at wreathdecorbydawn.com. You just go right through the mesh and everything. You're not going to move anything out of the way unless you get it wrapped around your tines. And I did both wires at the same time, but you could do them individually, and that way you couldn't get them on the right place, like around the, so that you have one wire on each side of the frame. There we go. Now this one I don't want to do too tight because I want to make sure it's not, there it is. Okay, it's laying on top. I don't want to pull it too tight and then have it smash everything. I want it just to float right on top. So I'm going to pull it a little tighter. There we go. Right there. And then I'm just going to twist it again. And now I'm going to do the side, and that's going to keep it from flopping. Because it is a bigger sign. This is a 12-inch sign. So we're going to go right down through our mesh. Got 3 layers of mesh on this side right here to go through. And then just flip that over. Put a wire on each side of the ring. And twist. And then I will go back later and we'll take care of those. There we go. So that's not going to go anywhere, and it's not going to flop around. There we go. If you wanted to put a 4th one, you could, but that's where the bow is going to go, so I'm not going to worry about it. But you could tie it off to the other side right there. All right, so now that we've got that on, let me pull some of this mesh out from underneath. There we go. And then we're going to get rid of these frays. And then we're going to put some of this on. All right, so these are the flowers that I found. I really wanted to do the sunflowers, but I wanted to put in a pop of color, so I don't know if we'll use those or not. We're going to try. But we are going to use the sunflowers with the lemons. I have some eucalyptus. I have some silver dollar eucalyptus. I have some bead grass. I love bead grass. I also have some ferns. These are the same ferns that we used on the patriotic one that I did last week. So we'll use some of those. I have some of this white left over. I'm not sure what it is, but we've got some of this left. We might use up that. I have some of the yellowish bead grass. So I've got the regular green and then the yellow. So we might use that one. And then I also had these orange lilies. So, and I had 1 rose. I don't know why I have 1 rose, but so I don't know if that's going to work or not, but I thought I would try it. You never know until you try, right? Sometimes you don't think it'll look right, but then when you do it, it looks okay. So first off, we're going to put in the green eucalyptus and the silver dollar eucalyptus. I really like this one. So we're going to, these are push-ups, so we're going to push them up, and we're going to cut them off. Now, these all came from the wholesaler, but you could probably find a variation of it at like Hobby Lobby or even Michael's. I know. All right, so we're going to push these up. Some of them have a little bit longer piece on them than others. So let's go ahead and cut this eucalyptus while we're at it. Now, this is a longer stemmed eucalyptus than what I usually use. And I might cut these in pieces. So I'm not going to cut the whole bush. I might do 5 or 6 pieces. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10 on here. So let's do 5. Because we can cut these in half and put them in, and then use the other half of this bush for something else. All right, we're going to take and put these in randomly. So you don't want your stems to be too long because you don't want them poking through the other side, but they don't have to be as short as they do if you know, we're doing like a grapevine. So let me get my, I don't want to lose my needles, so let me put that over there. I didn't cut these as short, so we'll do them as we go. How about that? Pull my trash can back over here so I can get to it. There we go. All right, so I'm just going to take and put these in randomly. We're going to use our glue pot. So I've got a 7-inch electric skillet over here. This is also in my Amazon shop. So if you're looking for a glue pot, I don't know if I like this long one sticking out. We'll see. I might cut those off. Yeah, they're awful long, so I might cut them off. But anyway, the glue pot is listed in my Amazon storefront. And I'm just picking random places to put these in. No rhyme or reason. Trying not to get them too close to each other. Trying to spread them out so we can put the other stuff in there. And I'm going to put one right here. My glue probably needs to be turned up a little bit. I just added glue, more glue to it. So it's kind of full right now, and the fuller it is, it's not quite as thin and fluidy, if that's a word. So these are silver dollar eucalyptus, that's what they're called. We're just putting these in random. Couple of inches apart, going up and down, up and down. That one was down. We'll go down with this one too. And we're just going right to the pine in between the mesh. So again, if you're not on my email list, please join my email list. Not only do you get exclusive offers, you get notified when I go live. You get advance notice of any sales and things that I run. You get, right now, there is a special message in the email for anyone who's already on the list. But also, if anything were to ever happen, you know how a lot of people on Facebook have been getting hacked. If anything were ever to happen to my page and I wasn't able to get in touch with anyone, the email would be the way I would have to do it. So it keeps me in contact with all of my followers. And I also always have a backup. We can always move over to YouTube if need be, if anything were to ever happen to my page. But, you know, so many people get hacked now, it's crazy. So I don't want to take that chance and you not be able to find me or communicate with me. So be sure to sign up for my email. I don't spam you guys with a bunch of emails. Matter of fact, I've barely sent any out since the first of the year. So I did send one out this morning. So anyone on that, if you didn't read the email, go back and read the email because there is a exclusive offer in there for you. And if you want to get on the list, the link is up above in the description. All right, now we're going to go ahead and cut these in half. So I'm just finding a spot where I can get to them and cut them. So there's the whole stem, and then there's the bottom half, and then there's the top half. So the other ones that I use are usually about this size right here, but are a little fuller. But we're using the longer ones today. Now we're going to do the same thing we just did with the other ones. And we're going to pick another spot to put those in. There it is. So let me go ahead and cut all these first real quick. So if you want to sign up, just click on the link up in the description for the email and sign up for that. You can opt out of it at any time. Like I said, I don't spam you. But it is a way to keep in touch with you if anything goes wrong, or if I have, exclusive offers and stuff. Because I figure if you're going to take the time to sign up for my email, then, you should get a little reward for that. But I do thank you all for joining me today and hanging out with me. And hopefully we'll be able to do this more. For now, my lives will be during the day, though. I don't know when or if I'll be getting back to doing them in the evening. So they're all just kind of random right now, whenever I can. But I do try and give you a heads up by posting it and sending out the email. So. Almost around, so I don't have to cut any more of that. If I do, it'll just be 1 or 2 pieces. And I'm just moving the mesh and sticking it in where the pine is. The chair's squeaky today. Well, it's always squeaky, but I don't know why it's more noticeable when I'm on a live. Let's put this one right here. And then we're going to get some of the, let's do the fern, and then we'll do the bead grass. Sorry. All right, so now we're going to stick these in. These are the fern. It's just a plastic fern. And again, I'm going in open spots wherever the pine is. So it's going to give it something to hold on to. What is your so I'm just putting these in random, filling in any in between spots where I didn't put the other greenery with this fern. So that one's down there, so we're going to go up here. So I just want lots of greenery in here. And then we're going to put our lemons on. Oh, we still got to make a bow. Sorry, I don't mean to keep y'all. I guess when you haven't done lives for a while, you lose that momentum, that speed. To that one. All right, we are almost around again. Oh, that's good. We can leave that. I'm going to put this one down on the bottom. And then I'm going to put a couple at the top poking out. Let me get this in here. I think I want one more right there. And then we'll move on. Right there. All right, so let's put a couple up on top, peeking out. We'll go right here. Come on, just cut off there. I think I'm going to go over here. The strings. Let's go right here. There we go. I don't know. I still might cut those off. I don't know yet. I gotta see what it looks like when I'm done. Whoops, I just flung something across the room. I'm gonna go on this one. And I've got one more, so let's go ahead and finish it off. Alright, that's done. Let's make a bow, and then we'll put in, I might not need the bead grass. We might not need that now. Let's make a bow, and then we'll put in the sunflowers. Or should we do the sunflowers now? Let's do the bow first, because that way I'll know. Alright, I'm going to move this over here. I'm going to get out my Easy Bow. This is the Easy Bow Stow and Go. You can get these at Hardworking Mom. The link is in the description. Just click on that link and look for bow makers. This is the new travel one. It comes with a little travel bag. It also comes with, here it is, the spool holder, which is separate now. Hello, Darlene. How are you? Thank you very much. First time watching, Jane. Welcome. Thank you for watching. Visit Niagara Falls. Oh, we went to Niagara Falls twice when we were up in New York, because we were like three hours, I think, from Buffalo, maybe a little bit more. And we went once in the winter. Don't do that. And we went once in the spring. I'm using a 24-inch evergreen. My sign is 12 inches, so I thought the 24 would look better. Even though a 20 probably would have worked. I don't know. I just felt like using the 24, I guess. Alright, so these are my ribbon cutting boards. They're called Flexi Tails. You can get these from Susan's shop, AC Inspired Wreaths. Link is in the description. You get a set of 3 of them. I don't know why my middle one doesn't have a label on it. I'm going to have to speak to her about that one. But you get a 14, a 13, and a 12-inch. They're called Flexi Tails. And the reason they're called Flexi Tails is when you put your ribbon around it to measure it, they flex. And it makes it easier to pull the ribbon off of them. I don't know if you've ever used the board ones. I have scrap board ones, the scrap wood ones that my husband cut for me. And it was sometimes hard to get the ribbon off of them. So if you want to see a demonstration on that, I'm not going to cut any tails for this. Well, no, that's not what I wanted that to do. For this wreath, but I can show you how they work if that's what you want. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, so I think I'm using this one, not that one. That's why I pulled that one out. I don't know if I'm using this one because it's too orange. Too orange. But I do have some sunshine, or some sunshine ones. Yeah, sunshine. So I don't know about that. Don't fall, please. Everything's falling. Stay. Stop falling. It's because my box is sitting on my trash can. Alright, so we're going to use our... Oh, Lord have mercy. Everything wants to be in the way today. We're using our Sweet Tea and Sunshine ribbon that matches our sign. We're using our lemons because we have lemons on our sign as well. And the natural goes better with the sign. I have the darker brown background with the lemons on it. Oh, come on. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to like that. That's a satin. I don't know if I'm going to like that. Then I thought we'd throw in some little sunshines just for some fun. And then we have a solid yellow. And we have our, I call this like a taupe coffee color, which matches our sweet tea jar on there. So let me get the tails. I even have a little, she even made me a little mini tail because I sell ribbon by the yard. So I can wrap this up to put it into the little mailer. So she made me a small one. So I have a little mini tail. Cute, cute, cute. Alright, so we're going to do our sweet tea one first. We're going to do, do I want to do long tail? Let's do a long tail. Why not? We'll do a what do you call, swoop. I can't think of the name of it now. All right, I can't think of the name of it. You'll see it when I do it. I don't know what else to say. All right, we're going to do a 5.5 inch loop. And I think we're only going to do I want to do 2 or 4? Well, actually, that's a 6 inch loop. So if you're keeping track, move into the bow, because I know everyone likes to see the bows done. So we're doing 6 inches, and I think I am going to do 4 of this one, just because it goes with the sign. There we go. I scrunch mine down in the center and then I twist it. I don't know why, it just makes it easier for me. Just like doing a 5.5 inch. Hey LaDonna, thank you. 5.5 inch loop sometimes is better than doing a 6 inch loop for me. I don't know. Go figure. Alright, so we're going to cut this off, but we're going to go up top with it. Cut it a little bit longer than my bow loops. Well, this ribbon is upside down. Should have done it the other way. You know what? We can always flip it. All right, we'll deal with that later. Yeah, I don't know why it's like that, but I don't think it really matters. I don't think anybody ever actually sits there and studies it and goes, oh, that jar's going the wrong way. I don't. And I do edit these videos down for YouTube, so if y'all don't want to watch the whole thing, you can watch the edited version over on YouTube, probably after the weekend. Let's do a yellow in the center. I probably have one of these open already, but it's not here. This one is. Alright, the yellow, we'll make it the same length. This one's going to be a 5.5 inch loop. Since the other was a 6, we're going to do a 5.5. And I'm only doing 1 loop at that. So again, if you're just joining, make sure to say hello, say something, make a comment of some kind. I'll do Happy Mail at the end of the live or after the live. I don't know if it'll do it during the live for me, the program I use. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. But I can do it afterwards, and I'll notify you by Messenger, Facebook Messenger. And then I will get your address and send you your Happy Mail. Could be ribbon, could be signs, could be any number of things. All right, now we're going to do our lemons. I don't know if I like that one. I don't know about this one either. Not feeling it. Hello. Draper, thank you. Betty, thank you. See, you watch Susan, you know. I think I'm going to use this one after all. I thought the darker would look better, but now that I see it up against it, I don't, it's not the right shade for me. So we're going to use this other one instead. Thank you, yes, Draper. That's what she calls it. Alright, this one's not going to be as long. We're going to do about 12 inches. Oops, going the wrong way. I'm just going to twist it the other way. And this one has the lemon slices and the whole lemons too, so the other one did too, but this one's going to be a 5-inch. So we're going down 1/2 inch each time with each ribbon. Oh my, stomach's growling. Should have had some crackers. There we go. So again, all the links for everything, all the information you would need. If you see something I'm using, like this bow maker, you can find that at Hardworking Mom. The link is up above. For supplies and that, places that I get supplies, some of the places that I like to get them from, those are also up there. So I try to put all that information there so it's easy for you guys to get to. Just grab the link. You can copy and paste, or you can just copy it and save it somewhere for later. All my links are up there as well. I do have some ribbons and signs in my shop as well, so check those out at wreathdecorbydawn.com. Alright, let's put in our little sunshine. Oh, maybe not. Let me see. I want that blue back up on top, so we're going to use this one. And we're just doing one loop, so it's not a very long tail on that one either. We're just going to do one loop, and I think we're going to stop at that one. So this one's going to be about 4.5 inches. So I don't think I need that beige one. I think we'll stop with a little sunshine. What did I say that was? 5 there. There we go. We'll do that. And if you've just started started watching me, please give us a like and a follow. Join my email list. If you are on my email list and you got my email today, make sure you read the whole email because there's a little surprise in there for you guys. If you're not on my email list, the link is up above. You might want to join because you do get exclusives. Oops. No, I want 2 of those. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to use zip ties. I like zip ties because I can pull them tighter than I can wires. So we're going to use our zip tie. Let's get it going in the right direction. Get it snug so that I can pull this off of here. Make sure I got a good hold on it. I don't want anything coming apart. I'm going to move my zip tie over into that little indent that is left by those pegs. And then I'm going to swish it around, swish it, tighten it a little more, and then we're going to put our other zip tie in. This is the one that's going to hold it on to the wreath. Go through here, there we go. Make sure that's on tight. Grab all 3 of those, and I'm going to tighten it a little bit more, and I'm going to fluff out my bow. So you want to work that. Make sure it's tight enough that it won't come undone, but not too tight that you can't move your ribbons around if you want. All right, I think that's good. Get that tail down here in the front. And then I'm going to pull this tight. Now, if you have trouble pulling them tight, you can get this little tool. It's a zip tie gun. Probably shouldn't say the word gun because Facebook will think I'm talking about something else. Tool. Zip tie tool. Cut that off. It makes it tighter and it cuts it off for you on one swoop. So it makes it a lot easier. Want these spread out a little more, and that one in the center. There. Kind of smashed everything when I did that, but. And then the yellow and the blue, we're going to do the drapers. And I'll show you that. Alright, let's get this out of the way. Again, I apologize for taking so long. But it just is what it is. I don't know what to say. Sometimes they take a little longer. Alright, there is our wreath. If you just joined us and didn't get to see it, there's our wreath that we just made. Now we're going to put our bow on. That's going to go over here. I'm going to pull it down through. Now with the zip tie, it's a little harder to use the needle to put that through, but if you were using wire on your bow, then you would just use your little weaving needle there and stick that right through. But the zip ties are a little bit stiffer, so they're easier to grab a hold of. And there's the other end. So we're going to come up through here, right through here, right there. I'm going to grab that other end. Where did you go? There it is, right here. Went right up through my mesh, so that's good. Again, you want to go around the frame of the wreath. Don't tie it off to your mesh or the ties. Go through oh, no problem. It'll be available, and I'll edit it and put it on YouTube too. So, that way I can cut it down a little bit, and people don't have to watch all the cutting and stuff like that because it takes time. But yeah, make sure you get around that frame so that your bow doesn't come off, because your mesh can rip. You don't want it ripping and then your bow falling off in a customer's hand or anything like that. So make sure you get around that frame. All right, let's get our loops out. Now, we're going to take this long one that we just did, and I'm going to pull it up towards the sign, and I'm going to give it about I'd say that's 8 inches, and we're going to, I've got some bind wire over here that was cut from last time. I don't know if I can get it. There. Bind wire is just a paper wrapped wire that we use on grapevines, but I'm going to use it on this. So I'm going to put it around here. You're not going to see this. We're going to twist that on there. You could use any wire. This one just happens to be a little stiffer. And then I'm going to use my needle. Put that on there, and then we're going to go right through wherever I want to put this. So we're going to move that. We're going to go right here. So I'm going to poke that through, bring those wires down into that mesh, and we're going to tie it off to the frame. And that makes that little drape, or some people call it a waterfall, some people call it I heard someone last night call it a roller coaster. Call it whatever you want. We call it a draper. I just couldn't remember the name of it. I think Susan's the one that named that. There. And then you could take this half and go a little bit, you want to leave a little tail. So let's go ahead and dovetail it before we put it in so I'll know how much I want to do. Dovetail this. And then leave yourself a little tail. So we're going to go ahead and drape this again. And we're going to pinch it. Wrap the wire around it. Get it nice and tight. Twist it. And then we're going to come right down here. Do I want to go above or below my green? I think I'm going to go below my greenery. So again, I'm going to wrap my needle on there. Thank you. So again, there. So then we got our little dovetail peeking out from right there. And if you wanted to, you could go on the other side and put more. I won't do that now. If I feel like it needs one, I'll do it later. But I'm going to pop a couple sunflowers on so y'all can see it, and then we'll be done. So again, I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I'm sorry. I apologize this took so long. But it is what it is. Alright, you want to dovetail these. I always hate taking too long because I will get those rude comments from people saying, why do you have to take so long? Your video's too long. You know, I haven't done a video in probably 4 months, so cut me some slack. Some things just take a little longer. You know what? I'm older now. Give me some slack. Alright, so these are sunflowers I got from probably the wholesaler because I don't see a Hobby Lobby tag on them. So Hobby Lobby does have some cute sunflowers. I will give them that. Although their prices have gone up. Nobody's happy about that. And they're not doing the 50% anymore. So if you didn't know that, sorry to ruin your day. But they're not doing 50% anymore. They're only doing 40. Still get a discount, but it's just not as good. And my store, I don't know if anybody else's is like this, but my store doesn't always have the stuff when, you know how they used to rotate back and forth. I know they're not doing that anymore. But now they just do it whenever. There's no, you never know when it's going to be on sale now. Or at least here I don't. So I don't know what their schedule is now with it. Alright, so we had this one long one left over from the other. It was just on the stem. I'm going to add it to this one here. Some of them have the smaller one with it, so I'm going to add it to this one. There we go. Alright, so let's finish these off, and then we're done, guys. Alright, so I'm going to take these little ones. I have 2 little ones left over. We're going to take these and pop them in. I'm going to put one in my bow. Come on. I need you to turn here. So we're going to take this one. We're going to go right down into there, the center of our bow. Put that sunflower there. I'm going to put another one where I put the draper, where I tied it. That one there. And then let's see. Do we have another one? Stuck to my mesh there so it's not draping. There we go. And you can open these up where these 2 are draped together. You can separate that yellow so that you can see the design on the blue one. So if you wanted to, you could open that up so you can see that. Just do them on opposite sides like that. Or if you like them together, then just leave them together. Either way. This one I think I'm going to do it like that. Alright, so let's pop these in and we'll be done. You know what? I think I am going to take these off. Whoops. Put a dab of glue on that just to make sure it stays on there. Come on. Go, go, go. Before my glue dries. There we go. So let me cut this. No, I don't want to cut it too short. So yeah, if you want, alright, we're going to put this one up top here because we need a couple more up here, and I've got one more that we're going to put right here, and then we are done. I might go back and add some more like greenery in that, but I'm not going to keep y'all here for that. Then y'all won't like me anymore. I'm going to go right here. Alright, there we go. What do you think? Let me open up the thing here. There we go. Nope, wrong way. I gotta go this way. Alright, so that's it, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I do appreciate you all being here and spending your time with me. Alright, guys. Bye. Thank you.